Swanage TV, Swanage TV. Let's just drive for you and for me. Have fun in the sun, go swim in the sea. There's always something special on Swanage TV.
Hello, good evening and welcome to another edition of Swanage TV, episode 14. It's Friday, the 29th of May. It is 6 o'clock and we are live. Thanks very much for joining us. I'm Ian as normal, and my co-host this week again is not Gary, but it is in fact the wonderful, the lovely, the talented, the cog in the machine that is the wonderful Rosemary, the telephone operator. Hello, Rosemary. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Or, as we like to say, fourth choice?
Well,
fifth choice?
Well, we do. Come on, we all of our people are out on assignment at the moment, so we had to draft Rosemary in, and she's been busy, but she's here. So thanks very much for doing it. We appreciate it. Did you see the show last time? Of course you did.
Yes.
What did you think about Boris and Donald being on?
Yeah, very good.
Pretty good. Not bad at all. It's lockdown day, 8 million. It's boiling hot. My hair looks like I'm something from the 70s, 80s, and something combined from a comb over. It's
Richard Madeley, maybe.
Maybe. You are far too pretty to be Judy, so you're okay.
Punch and Judy?
Punch and Judy. Punch and Judy. Right, I have no idea what that means. Obviously, because I don't live by the seaside. It's not true. Anyway, Rosemary, Boris was on last week. What about Dominic Cummings? What's that all about?
Comings and goings.
Comings and goings. You don't go 260 miles for an eye test. Should have gone to Barnard Castle. Should have gone to Specsavers, mate. That's where you should have gone.
Definitely.
I think most of the world is in agreement with that, But things are reopening a bit.
Yeah.
There's a bit of hope, isn't there? What was it Boris come up with last night? He said, as of Monday, 6 people. Six people. So you can have a gathering in the garden, right? What you can't do is you can't have a dinner party gathering inside. You can have a gathering on the outside, 6 people in your garden, barbecuing, right? And any of them can go in and out and use the toilet. They can walk all through the house to use the toilet and or to get through to the garden, but you can't have a dinner party inside. Sounds a bit bizarre for me.
Yeah.
Don't know. Anyway, we are where we are with it. Rosemary, we have got a packed show. So what have we got coming up on the show?
Well, we've got 5 hot topics of the week.
We like that.
We have Cane of Cash.
Cane of Cash, yes.
Mm-hmm. And we are speaking to another Ian from the Coast Guard.
Excellent, fantastic. I'm sure with a name like that, he's a good guy. We've had him on before, friend of the show. He's a really good guy. Looking forward to that. Now, let's have a look around the town, shall we? Let's have a look through at our wonderful, look at that from the lifeboat. That's a beautiful, beautiful place, okay?
Looks like a mill pond.
It does, it's really still. Little boat to the left there, I reckon. Little pleasure boat, maybe.
You never see anybody on this webcam.
You never see anybody on this webcam. That's because it's the emergency one where they go. I saw a little boat going across earlier. Oh, look, there's someone, look now.
Oh!
Hello! Can you hear me? No, of course you can't. Yeah, you never seen it. Don't throw the little child in.
Oh, that's nice.
That's lovely.
There's never anybody, and
Look at that. Fabulous. I think they're all off for a swim, don't you?
Yeah.
Now we're going to go to our one at Avon Hotel. It takes a bit of time to get the satellite across, but just bear with us. Because it was working, and I think we're all ready to go with it. There it is. Look at that. That's fantastic. Where's the ferry? Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
That looks really lovely.
Isn't that delicious? Yeah, lovely. What a nice place to be.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, look, I tell you what, we'll go to the prettiest railway station. We always do our little round, prettiest railway station. Corfe Castle. Rosemary, you were telling me about a dancing thing that used to be there. Or,
yeah, Ashley
what was that?
Banjo's show where they have a blind date and the first time they ever meet is they do this dance that they choreographed. They did it from there and it was really, really romantic.
Well, there you go. Yeah. It is. It's a lovely place there. Lovely place. Let's have a look at the best railway in the world. Look at that.
Yeah, Devon Bell. Beautiful.
The Devon Bell. God, can you imagine how much money they're not making at the moment? Poor things, honestly. I'm sure they'll be back up and running soon, the same as everybody else. So, thank you. I'll tell you what, shall we have a little bit of the we'll do a little bit of the weather because it has been glorious, Rosemary. Been really, really warm.
Lovely.
So let's have a look, Rosemary. You're doing the weather with me again today. Look at this. We had tomorrow 20 degrees. It's going to be boiling. Scorchio Sunday, Scorchio Monday, Scorchio Tuesday, Scorchio Wednesday. Wow. That's it. That's the weather. And as you can see, I'm clearly tanned in no way, shape or form. Right, Rosemary, I think, do you know what? It's that favourite part of the show, my favourite part of the show. It's 5 hot topics of the week. 5 hot topics of the week.
Right.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, go for it.
Are you better than Gary? You sing a bit better than Gary, I reckon. I know you're really
I'm just
pleased.
a bit worried about this first topic. Because I'm a bit worried that you're going to
No.
try and insinuate that it's
No,
me.
of course I wouldn't. Our first hot topic of the week is indeed. What is it?
Yeah, it's a little event that happened at the Co-op on the 10th of May.
Swanage Trolley Madness. Is that what it is?
Swanage Trolley
What
Madness.
actually happened then?
Well, I think there was a woman in her 30s, and she was waiting in
Right.
the queue outside the Co-op on Kings Road West, as we all know,
Yeah.
when a woman who appeared to be intoxicated in Swanage,
Rare event.
and she began pushing a man around the car park in a shopping trolley near to this person's car.
Oh, okay.
Not going to end well, is it? The
No.
victim asked them to move away. However, the woman became verbally abusive and pushed the trolley twice into the victim's car, causing damage.
Right, so there's not a good thing about it,
I
but
wouldn't be happy about that.
no.
It's reported that the offender then directed the trolley towards the victim, causing her to step back in fear. Another customer then pulled up and parked his car nearby, at which point the woman became aggressive and verbally abusive towards him.
Well, who is it then? What's it say?
Well, the victim reported the incident to a member of staff and the offender was prevented from entering to the store. The woman is described as aged in her 50s.
Right.
50s. Scraggy hair.
Mm.
And had teeth missing.
Right, so let me get this right. Okay.
Somebody in Swanage.
A woman in Swanage in her 50s, drunk, scraggly hair and teeth missing.
I've got all my teeth.
How are you going to get that in a lineup?
It wasn't me.
How are you going to get that in a lineup? There must be loads of them. Oh. That's not true, because in Swanage there are two of the finest things, right? One is the Swanage local football team, right? And the second one is beautiful, beautiful women. I wonder what position she plays. Come on!
Oh, dear.
Come on!
That was really bad.
All right, okay. What's the second hot topic? Rosemary, what we got?
Well, we've got country parks. Country parks are all opening up. Dalston
Right.
Country Park, I think the car parks are open. I think the toilets are now open.
Good.
And also Dalston, they've been busy.
What have they been doing?
Busy in lockdown. They've cleared pathways. It looks really, really
Does
nice.
it?
Yes, they've been doing a bit of dry stone walling.
Very nice, very nice. We know Neil Reed, don't we? Friend of the show. Hello, Neil. Does a bit of dry stone walling. I'm not sure it was in, though.
No, I don't think it was Neil this time, but yeah.
But nice place. It's nice up there. I love it. It's a really, really nice place. So, and also the dumps are opening. The recycle centres are open, aren't they? Thank goodness. Mm-hmm. Not the hairdressers, though.
No.
Looking forward to that day.
No.
I went to the dump. I went to the Wareham dump.
Yeah.
Where, by the way, friend of the show, Steve Churchill, was volunteering from Swanage, at the Wareham dump, which was quite nice. But it's a weird thing, right? You sit there, you wait in the queue outside, and you have to go in and you have to wait in another queue while they either change over the bins or they spray it all down. It does take a long time. It is quite annoying.
Depends how patient you are, doesn't it, Ian?
I don't know. Yes, I mean, you have to have some patience, of course you do. But, it's a hot day and all you got is a bit of fence bark and then a bit of fence panel. Just want to get in, get out, and on your way, don't you? But you got to be patient these days.
You have to be patient. Queuing.
No, they've done a very good job, to be honest with them. So can't knock them. Now, what is?
Oh, the ferry. The ferry.
Do you mean the cursed ship?
Yeah.
The ship of doom is what I'm going to call it. What is going on with it?
Well, it was taken out of service.
Yeah. Well, obviously, because no one was using it.
No one was
Lockdown.
using it, and it sat in pool somewhere.
Yeah.
And it had a bit of an accident.
Yeah, well, like a great big lump of concrete went through the hull or something. I don't know, something mad. What is going on with it?
Yeah, but good news.
Yeah.
June the 17th.
Yeah.
Day in our house. June the 17th, it's coming back into service.
Very good.
Only for cars, though.
I heard that, and I've also heard, I mean, fair plays, they took the time to get all the maintenance done, right? So, like, all the winter preparations, all the annual maintenance, they did it all during lockdown, during this, you know, the concrete episode. And then they're coming back with a vengeance. Yeah, only for cars. Is it for motorbikes as well, do you think, or not? But no pedestrians, because obviously...
No cyclists, and also you're not allowed to step foot outside of your car to stand on the top and look at the beautiful view. You have to stay in your vehicle. But at least you can...
At least you can use it. At least you can come to the aisle and back, okay? At least they can start getting it on. Because we're all going to be open again soon. Thank goodness. We need it. So, there you go. Anyway, the Ship of Doom. Yeah, it's cursed, isn't it? I think... when is it opening again? Sorry, just the 17th of June. Okay.
17th of June, which is also the day that apparently football's coming back.
The Premier League is coming back.
17th of June.
Very good. It's also a very important date for your daughter, I believe. Yes, she'll be 21. 21 today. Not today, but 21 on the 17th of June. So... basically, you've got a birthday party, you can go on the ferry, and you can watch football. The mighty Southampton. Come on, you Reds. Okay, Rosemary, what is topic number 4?
Topic number 4 is it's good to talk.
It's good to talk.
It's been a long old lockdown. It's been a long old time spent on your own. And it's not really good to be on your own.
It's not.
We need company. We need to talk to people. And there's lots of groups locally as well. Facebook have been promoting a depression group in Swanage I've seen lately, which obviously is there to help locals.
It's a really
there's
good idea.
Samaritans that have always been there. So
yeah, we got the local depression group. I don't know what it is. I'm really sorry.
I don't know
Do
either,
you know?
but I saw it. I did
local
see
depression group in Swanage on Facebook. So just do a search for that, or ask around, or do a Google search. But the Samaritans, you know, the domestic violence has gone through the roof. It's gone through the roof. It's terrible. Domestic violence and people going out of their mind. They're going out of their minds. So
Well, it's a long time to be stuck
it's
in
a long
house
time.
with the same people and not being able to get a break.
And you're also in a bit of fear and trepidation in all that time. So, you know, it does play havoc with your mental health. So as soon as possible, if you're still not going out, get in the sunshine, okay? Get out, get in the sunshine. There you go. Perfect. And now the final hot topic, Rosemary, is the big one, really, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the big one.
The Wareham fire.
Yeah, the Wareham fire.
Horrendous.
Wasn't it bad? I mean, I'm assuming it's out now. Hopefully it is still out. But devastating. And I wrote something down. There was 150 firefighters, right? And it was the blaze was the size of 115 football pitches.
Wow.
That is mad. I mean, the ecological thing. I mean, we were sat in the office over here in Poole. Over in Poole. We were sat in the office and we were outside and we had dust coming off us, didn't we? When we had a planning meeting. Ash was landing on us all the way in Poole. Absolutely horrific.
You could smell the smoke.
Yeah.
It was quite terrifying, really.
We live miles away and everyone saw the big orange cloud and all the thing from that. Yeah, it was apocalyptic. Almost, you know, it was a really, really, really bad thing. But it's massive. But we're going to do a little bit of focus on that. So we're going to come on a bit more to the Wareham fire later. So we'll come on with that. But just truly shocking, wasn't it? Rosemary, thank you. Thank you for doing the 5 hot topics. Thank you for conning you into it, you mean. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you've done incredibly well. It's always nice to have a better looking person than me. I know it's hard, but it's always nice to have a nice, better looking person than me on here. Now, do you know what? To be honest, before we go, I think you'll be going in a minute, but do you know what we need?
Oh, before we go.
Oh.
We just want to send some love today out to a very good friend of ours. Who started a charity a while ago. Her name is Leslie. She's the founder of Will Does, and just want to say much love. We're thinking of you. You are an incredible woman.
We second that, here at Swanage TV. We agree with that. However, The time, right
Has
this
come.
moment, has come. Because we need a lady, you know. What else do we need?
A garden.
A garden. What else do we need?
A bear.
A bear?
A bear.
What else do we need?
A dog.
A dog. What else?
A cat.
Yeah.
A couple of goats.
You are joking. Nobody like that exists in the world. Let's say hello to Nico. How are you, Nico? How are you doing, my darling?
Hello, studio. Hi, Rosemary.
Hi, Nico.
Welcome
you doing,
to
Nick?
Swanage TV. Frontline, Rosemary. I'm good, thank you, Ian. I'm in my lady garden, which is flourishing, as you can see behind me. Beautiful blooms everywhere.
Oh, lovely, jubbly, Nico. Nico, excuse me. Sorry, we've got to ask. I mean, the first and foremost thing is, how is our big dog Chan?
Chan.
Oh,
Chan the bear dog.
now, Chan the bear dog. He's settling in. He's people who didn't watch the last show won't know. He's a dog that was rescued from a kill shelter in Romania. He doesn't like humans, obviously. So he's been here just over 3 weeks now. A lot of that time has been spent upstairs in his den, although he has just about got used to coming outside. And what we'll do is he's upstairs in his den now, Ian. So if you have a little bit of patience,
no
should we go and
worries. Yeah,
say
not
hello?
at all, Nico. We'll come to you. I think we're going to
Okay,
say goodbye
we're
to
here,
Rosemary now. She's got other things to do. So thank you, Rosemary.
Take
Greatly
care.
appreciated.
Have a
We'll
great
see you
rest of the
soon.
show.
Nico, we're with you, my darling. Thank you,
Okay.
Rosemary. We'll see you again soon. I thought she did a wonderful job there, Nico. What do you think? What do you think?
She was fabulous. I think Rosemary's a stayer. Hello, baby.
Ooh.
Now we're in my bedroom, Ian. Unusual place for filming, I know. And because I've got the camera here, the bear's a little bit scared. He's in his corner. Now he's quite a big dog, Ian, but he can fit in
Oh,
a surprisingly
look at him.
tiny space. I know. Hey, Chan, come and say hello. Come on then. Now you can
Look
see,
at him.
basically, he's learnt to trust me, Ian. But you can see, even though he trusts me, because I've got a phone in my hand or a microphone and the phone and the camera, he's automatically terrified.
Oh,
Now
bless
viewers
his
shouldn't
heart.
be disturbed. I know. Viewers shouldn't be disturbed because he does have company in the form of he has an octopus and some toys he's slowly becoming friends with. But he is, look, you see, his instinct is to turn to the wall and hide, although he's sneaking in for a little hand lick occasionally, Ian.
I was going to say,
And,
I
I caught him
are you
playing.
able to stroke him, Nico, easily or not?
I am. I won't push him with this stick in my hand. Hey,
No.
come on then. Come on, Chan. No, see, he's hiding because he didn't like the stick with a microphone.
Sorry,
But he's
Chan.
there, viewers. I know, but he's there, and you know what? He's doing incredibly well, Ian. He's now coming. He understands Chan and comes. So when we're in the garden, he will slowly approach. Now I'm making efforts not to fall down the stairs. Be impressed. But he's doing really well, Ian. He's now letting me stroke him. He's eating well. He's understanding that food's a regular occurrence. And
That's
many
always
people
good.
know rescuing dogs is a matter of patience, Ian. So 3 weeks, he's learning to walk. He's not so frightened of his lead anymore. He'll be there. 6 months, he'll be an unrecognisable dog from what he is today.
Oh. Well, I mean, Nico, in all fairness, he's totally unrecognisable from when he was... I mean, if people have been keeping up on your Facebook thing, it's like 25 days or something now, isn't it? And he's from his first day, he's been out in the garden. He's so much better.
Yeah, the first day he was literally, or the first sort of week probably, he was just shaking in fear. Literally shaking in fear. He had nightmares every night. Terrified of people. This is what people do to some animals, unfortunately. So it will take time.
Oh,
And
it's
nice people
awful.
like the Swanage TV crew.
Yeah, well, I think
him
it's
realise
a testament
humans
to you,
aren't bad.
Nico. I think it's a testament to you to do that. It's a big responsibility. Good for you. Good for you.
It's worth it, Ian. It's worth it.
Oh, I think so. Of
It's
course
worth
is.
it.
Every living animal is worth it if you can do it. Simple as that. That's what I say. That's
They
my
are.
opinion. Now, Nico.
I agree. Yes, Ian.
It's like a small petting zoo in your house. How's Barney and Betty?
You're so good with names, Nigel.
Hey!
It's Dougal and Dougal and Dylan, who I will now tempt towards me out in my back garden using ginger nuts. I
Ginger
know.
nuts.
Crazy times. Ginger nuts, yeah. If they are, there they are. I can see. Let's just have a look and see if we can see the boys. Hello. This is he knows they're there. Dylan.
Hello.
Dylan hasn't yet realised what wonder is for.
He hasn't yet realised that
Now
when he is the
then.
only one crunching them, Nico, he's going to be all over it.
Here we go.
Ah, we've got a bit of a satellite issue.
I know. I'm just. Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Come on then.
Oh, I can
Dougie.
see him. He's on his way.
Good boy. Yeah. here
Charge
comes
of the
big
Goat
boy in
Brigade.
charge. Come on, Tilly.
They like a ginger nut.
They really, really do.
Will
They
they go
really
through?
do.
Will they go
And we're
through a
gonna-
whole packet,
We're gonna
Nico?
sneak- If I let them in, I'm not that irresponsible.
They need a cup of tea with it.
However demanding they can be, I'm gonna sneak one to Doogie, which is always very hard, but he does get left out otherwise. So we're gonna give Dylan one here, and Doogie isn't allowed one. Apparently,
Oh,
No.
poor Doogie.
Dylan's
Look at him.
fully in charge.
He'd take your arm off, that one.
They're both pretty feisty in their. But all for the love of a ginger nut. Look
Wow.
at that face, and we'll
There's
throw
a
one
lot
down
to
for
be.
Dougie.
There's a lot to be
Dude,
said
get
about
one.
ginger nuts, Nico.
There are, Ian. I think maybe in your younger days you may have had a flash of ginger, possibly.
I did have it. I was a bit ginger, but we all know someone who's slightly more ginger than myself. But Nico,
Yeah, my
now-
dad sported that miracle of a ginger moustache.
Nico, listen. One quick thing. I mean, they are all fantastic. The goats look really healthy. The dog bear is in really good condition, and I know Bubs is in lovely condition. But
Oh, Bubs
we
always.
show,
Yes.
as you know, we show the webcams down by the
Yes.
lifeboat. Now, I know you didn't want to
We
talk
do.
about it. I know you didn't want to talk about it, but you had an episode down there the other day, which has sort of blighted my my view of people a little bit. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about it? Go on.
Yeah, I mean, it was a simple thing. I snorkel a lot, Ian, and I like underwater photography. There's a bit of irony in that. Snorkeling the other day, now we're allowed, being very responsible.
Yes.
And as it's England, anyone who snorkels will tell you, the further out you go, the less there is to see because the water's pretty murky. So I tend to stay in really shallow water over rocks, taking pictures, which I was doing just along from where the lifeboat webcam is. So it didn't pick me up.
Right.
During this week on a lovely still day, pottering along, 3 foot of water, looking at all the wildlife.
And it
And
was
I
really
heard a big
clear,
bunch of
Nico.
kids.
It was really clear.
It was Ian. It's like tropical waters. A good day in Swanage is, I mean, it literally is world beating when it comes to water clarity and the wildlife. It's amazing. So I was down there, and you be safe. You look up every 10 seconds to check you're not going to be mowed down by a kayaker or get tangled up in crabbing lines. So you're checking, and I could check in. There was a big group of kids walking up the walkway near me. Not a problem. Saw they'd all stopped and they were pointing and laughing. So I thought, well, don't really care. Old enough, don't care what you
That's
think.
right.
So I was pottering along. My camera battery died on my GoPro that I use under the water. Funnily enough, that came from one of the lifeboat members a couple of years ago, Andy
dear.
Lyons. Irony. And anyway, that started getting a lot of noise very near me. And I was sort of out in 3 foot shallow water in an incredibly rocky area, not somewhere that you would paddle or walk because you'd break an ankle. And
Of
I'm
course,
there flat on my
it's
face.
still dangerous, isn't it?
Oh, it's not a beach. It's a really rocky shore. And long story short, it turned out a couple of the kids from the group had scrambled over these pointy stone groins to get out to where I was floating on my face with a hood on and a mask and flippers, so you can't stand up. And they attempted, I don't know whether they were trying to kick me or push me under, but there was a huge amount of splashing all around me. And all I could do, like a beach whale, was turn around onto my stomach and swear at them, which obviously isn't the most grown-up thing to do. But I was a bit shocked that these kids had run out over the rocks to me, egged on by their group of friends. Lifted my arm up, which obviously had the GoPro on it, and they saw it and legged it. They didn't know the battery had died.
Were they local, Nico? Did you think you could recognise?
I'm guessing there was probably a group of eight of them. I think I have a good idea of who some of them are, because it's local, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, come on, people. Come on, youths of Swanage.
Well,
you can do better.
Pretty stupid, really. They are. They could have been in the water doing what I was doing. Much more fun, Ian.
Honestly, you can't write it sometimes. Well, Nico, listen, thanks for telling us that. And obviously, you know, if you are one of the parents of said crazy children, give them a talking to, please. Tell them not to be so stupid, lives at danger, even their own lives. They could have got... Oh, anyway, it doesn't matter. Stop being horrible kids. There you go. Nico, listen, thank you, my darling. We're going to see you again a bit later in our infamous Cane of Cash.
Cane of Cash.
So I'm really looking forward to that. So, Nico, thank you. Thanks very much to Barney and Boris and Mary and Mavis and all of the other animals. And we will see you in a bit.
On the other side.
Much, thanks, Nico.
All right, Ian.
Bye, my lovely. Well, what about that then? What about that? It's pretty rough, isn't it? Pretty rough going in there like that. I mean, I don't know. Not for me. Not for me. Swanage, we can do better than that. Anyway, guess what time it is? Yes, it's Cane of Cash. Cane of Cash. Right, okay, here's the question. Before you phone in, there's no point phoning in. You have to be watching live, of course. You have to be living 5 minutes drive within the Swanage town centre. And you have to get the answer right, obviously. Now, the Cane of Cash question is, as football is returning to our screens, some will be absolutely delighted. Some will obviously can give it a miss. But the question is, what is the name of the football ground which our local teams, Swanage and Hurston FC, play at? What is the name of the football ground? That's it. First one in, correct answer. Remember the rules. 0330 001 2401. 0330 001 2401. I'm going to give you some cash. It's free cash. It's free cash. So answer the question right. Be over 18. All the usual suspects. Now, what are we doing right now? I'll tell you what we're doing right now. What we're trying to do here, is do a bit of a Wareham fire special. And as you can imagine, it's been devastating. We saw some pictures. It's been utterly devastating. But the good thing is things are changing a little bit there. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get on a fantastic guest who said he would come on, who was very much involved in the rescue operation of the little creatures. So hopefully we can say hello. Hopefully we can say hello. We're trying to get a gentleman on called Mark Warren, who was...
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for 0788815022221.
What a shame. What a shame. He's not in. We'll try him again. We'll just give him another call because he... Oh, that's such a shame. We'll give him another call. Maybe he wasn't expecting that. We'll give him another go. And hopefully he can come on and give us a little bit of insight into the the animal side and the ecology side of the devastation that is in Wareham Forest.
Hello.
And there we are, Mark. Hello. Thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing?
Very well today, thank you.
Oh, Mark, listen, thank you very much for coming on. Greatly appreciated. Now, listen, what a devastation. What a devastation we have had. But, Mark, tell us about what you do.
Well, I'm actually the Beat Wildlife Ranger for Wareham Forest. So wildlife conservation and management duties, really. A splattering of other things as well.
That's fantastic. I mean, Mark, devastation, 115 football pitches? Is that right? 180 hectares?
Yes, yeah.
Devastation. But
Well,
Mark,
it's actually...
what do you? I mean, it is out now, isn't it?
There is no fire front, but we are still getting hotspots. So those still need to be monitored and treated through the next few days, yeah.
Wow. And Mark, does that sort of stay in the peat? People keep telling me that the peat is the thing that carries the heat. Is that right?
Yeah, it's pretty much correct. I mean, it gets into the root systems of the trees and the plant systems there, and the peat contributes to that. So it's generally in the just in underneath the soil surface, and then can pop up with the heat of the day.
Wow, it's absolutely terrifying. But Mark, you were involved in the rescue of all the wildlife we have there. I mean, we have some very rare breeds, particularly in the Wareham Forest. How did that go?
Yeah, it's gone really well. I mean, we've been overwhelmed by the level of support that we've had, both from the other countryside management agencies like the National Trust and Urban Heath Project, Natural England, a whole range of different people that have come over and helped us, both with the damping down, but also the reptile rescue. But also a lot of individual people who are sort of specialists in their own right with regard to reptile rescue.
Well, I mean, we've got a little picture on as well, because some of the rare breeds we've got, I think it's the smooth snake. Is that right? Is that one of the rarest things we've got? It's one of the rarest reptiles in Britain, I understand.
It is, yeah. I mean, both the smooth snake and the sand lizard are the rarest British reptiles. Wow. We've got 6 reptiles, and all of them are in Wareham Forest. But smooth snake is probably the rarest as far as the population density that's there.
Wow. And what we've been doing as well, I think some of the things that have been rescued we've been lucky enough to be able to let them go back. Is that right?
Yeah, basically the problem is that although we had a good survivalship of the reptiles generally through the fire, we're actually finding very few dead reptiles. I mean, some of them have been predated, obviously, so we don't see those. But within the rescues, we're not coming across a lot of dead lizards and snakes.
Yeah.
But so the animals have survived in general, but they're coming up into a habitat that no longer really supports them. You know, they've got no vegetation for cover. Right. And vegetation to support prey.
Oh, my goodness. So, I mean, I keep hearing 10 years, 15 years. Is that the recovery time?
It's amazing. Well, we're getting signs of recovery already, because you get after a week, which it's been now, well over a week, we've had Molinia grass, which is a very quick one to show again, and that's starting to shoot, and it will provide some cover for the rare reptiles over the next few days. But the true structure that was, the mosaic of heathland, the various heathers and grasses, that's going to take decades. And to get back to the same population status is going to take decades as far as the animals and reptiles.
Oh, it is heartbreaking when anything happens like this, but when it happens on your own doorstep, it really is truly heartbreaking. It's it's a horrible thing. It's like an apocalypse. It was horrible, and you can only feel for all the wildlife that didn't make it, you know. And there was talk about the firemen protecting this big hill area or some area where there was a lot of wildlife that had moved to, which they did so successfully. So, you know, hopefully we can have this now and start letting the things grow, letting them reintroduce them back, and hope we never get some idiot with a barbecue there again.
Well, this is it. I mean, we are asking people not to bring portable barbecues, or to have fires of any kind on the forest areas or any other area of the countryside at the moment. We're in an extremely high fire risk. Most areas, if not all areas, it's prohibited to use barbecues and start fires anyway, campfires. And, we just ask people from their own point of view, please do not do that. The risk is massive, as we've seen. And it's, it can happen again. We're getting sporadic fires elsewhere in Dorset at the moment from the same causes. The message isn't really getting through. We need people to support us in that respect.
I mean, it is preposterous that even though it's made national news, this fire, people are still coming around. They're still taking barbecues out. I mean, we're going to talk hopefully to our super fire chap soon about that. But listen, Mark, you do a great job. Thank you very much for coming on. We'd love to come back to you again at some point, and perhaps you could give us an update as we go forward. Do you think that would be okay, Mark?
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
All right,
absolutely.
Mark, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mark Warne, superhero of the Wareham fire disaster. Mark, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Well, what about that then? What about that? Poor animals, poor things. Now, it's, I think what we're going to do, because we're having a Wareham fire special, I'm going to hand over now. What I'm going to do is, I think it's probably time to go live to our very own Wareham correspondent, Mr. Mark Tigger-Rigby. Mark, how are you, mate?
Very well, thank you, Ian. Good evening to you. Good evening, viewers. I trust you're all well.
Lovely. Yes, I am, Mark. Thank you very much. How are things, Mark? How are businesses moving in Wareham?
Well, very slowly, things are starting to reopen in Wareham. Wareham's getting going again. We've got the Purbeck Whole Foods has reopened. The Italian bakery,
Nice.
Which is fantastic. My mother, she's 90 years of age. She does like a treat, the sausage roll from the Italian bakery. It's a short walk for her. And she gets served by the delightful Emily and Cassia.
Lovely job.
So that's cheering people up. It certainly cheered my mother up, I have to say.
Fantastic, Mark. Listen, there's a lot of events cancelled everywhere, a lot of events cancelled everywhere this time, which is a shame, like we missed the Maypole season, didn't we? We missed the Morris dancing. And I know you're heavily into the Morris dancing, Mark. Is that right?
Well, I wouldn't quite go as far as that, Ian, but as you know, there is a bit of history of Morris dancing in my blood.
Well,
sadly.
Explain it to us, Mark. I'm not sure. What do you mean?
Well, if I must, as you insist, Ian. Yes, I was 10 years old. It was 1977. I know you'll all be surprised at that. And it was the Queen's Silver Jubilee. And
right.
There's a heavier irony here, because those that know me now will know my views on the royal family. But we were given a choice to celebrate at school the Silver Jubilee, either Maypole dancing or Morris dancing. And I was therefore took the Hobson's choice and went for what I thought at the time was the more masculine Morris dancing.
The more masculine?
So
yes, I can see. I mean...
I'm delighted you brought that up, Ian.
Well, I mean... I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing, but incredible, Mark. I had no idea you were so adept. But that's not the reason we're
one of my
here,
many
Mark.
hidden talents.
That's not the reason we're here, my
well,
friend.
I'd like to point out as well, obviously, I'll tell you where I am shortly, but I'd like to point out that I am taking my life in my own hands here, because I'm a ginger standing in the full glare of the blazing sun. So hopefully I won't be turned into ashes like, sadly, much of the forest has done so.
Yes, indeed. Well, listen, Mark, explain to us where you are, my friend.
Well, I'm specifically on Woolsbarrow Hill Fort, which is on Bloxworth Heath in Wareham Forest. It's dates from the late Bronze Age to approximately the early Iron Age. Right. It's a scheduled monument under the Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Areas Act of 1979. It's approximately 220 feet above sea level. And shortly I'll show you some of the wonderful views that we can find when you stood up here. But obviously the reason I'm in Wareham Forest is for for sad reasons, unfortunately, due to what I would say is the fairly catastrophic fire that we've had of recent.
Yes.
And,
I mean, we must just say, Mark, you've had special permission to go on site through the roadblock. Special permission was granted, but look at that. Look at that. It's awful. It's very, very upsetting, Mark.
It is. I'm not sure that I can do it justice, but it's sort of like being in a science fiction film. Just charred remains everywhere. Very upsetting for all sorts of reasons, and caused, well, in all likelihood, by crass stupidity, to be perfectly frank.
Well, I think so. I think that's what they're investigating it to be, as a barbecue, Mark. Is that right? A disposable barbecue?
Well, we can hear a little more about that very shortly, because I have with me Andy Elliott. He's the wildfire tactical advisor for Dorset, Wilts and Wilts Fire and Rescue Service.
Oh, Mark, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, those
yes,
pictures
he's
don't
right
look
here
good,
with
Mark.
me. No, they don't. I understand that it's covered a huge area and was fanned by high winds as well, uncharacteristically so for this time of year, as has been the hot weather, uncharacteristically so,
yes,
or consistently throughout April and May, which is extremely unusual.
I mean, Mark, I spoke to Mark Warren, who you may have heard us on the show.
I did indeed, yes. In fact, I saw Mark here earlier on.
Oh,
he was
fantastic!
At the scene.
Fantastic. He's a good guy. I mean, they're all good. They're all very, very dedicated to their job. And we were saying
absolutely
180 hectares and 115 football pitches. That's literally what we were looking at in terms of size.
Well, I think we'll be able to have an update on the actual size and the scale of the fire from Andy Elliott very shortly.
Fantastic, Mark. I mean, yeah, fantastic. Let's see what we've got about. Yeah, let's go. Is Andy about?
He is right with me now. Yes.
Fantastic, Mark. Let's have a listen. Let's have a chat.
Good evening, Andy.
Good evening.
Clearly, you've been at this scene since I think the 18th of May. What is the latest update in regards to the size of the area that's been damaged?
Well, the total size of the fire at the moment is 226 hectares. That's about 550 acres.
Wow.
Still use the imperial system. That's one of the largest wildfires we've had in Dorset for a very long time, probably since 1976. And even then, I'm not sure we had any single incident of this scale.
1976 was, of course, the very long hot summer.
Yeah, 1976 was, I wasn't in the fire service myself then, I've been in for a long time, but not quite that long. 1976 was a very severe summer for us, and we had some very extensive areas of our heathland and forestry damaged on that occasion. 2018, most recently, was a very difficult year for us, and this year is already shaping up to be challenging, to say the least.
And of course, I understand from our discussions that being a forest and forest land, it's open access land. Is that right?
Some of it will be open access, yeah, under the Countryside and Rights of Way Act, and that means that the public have full access to this site. Of course, there are rules they have to abide by to do that, but certainly at the present moment, and this also has a network of bridleways and footpaths.
With the rights to open access come responsibilities, and I think there's a specific responsibility in there that we shouldn't have.
Yeah, Countryside and Rights of Way Act allows people to use the land, but they must use it responsibly, and certainly fires are one of the things that are not permitted on open access land under the Crow Act, as we call it.
Now, are you able to give any insight into what the possible cause of the fire was?
We don't have a definite cause. We do know that we found signs of portable barbecues in the area. we found various signs of campsites and that kind of activity, so campfires and things. They all of those can, of course, be a cause. So we don't know exactly what the cause was, and certainly nobody's come forward to say that it was their fire or barbecue that got out of control. But at the moment in time, with the severe weather we have, it's very dry, as everybody knows. I think we're now in our third week of non-stop amber weather warnings for wildfire, or weather alerts, I should say. And the ground is very, very dry. So we are, as a fire and rescue service, asking people, please, in the countryside, no bonfires. Even if it's part of your work, if you can avoid a bonfire, please do so. No campfires and no portable barbecues in the countryside.
Working in an environment.
Mark, we've got Mark. The wind is playing havoc with the microphone, my friend. Could you shield the microphone each time?
I do. Forgive me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
It's, a
we
little
can
bit
hear you,
windy
my
up here.
friend. Yeah, I think it's just the wind blowing through when we're listening to the expert. That's all.
Okay. I was just going to ask Andy what it's like. It's at the moment. It's it's hot. It's dusty up here. What it's like actually fighting a fire. When you add that into the mix as well. What it must be like the atmosphere working in such an environment.
Yeah, to try and give you an answer on it, I hope you can hear me now with the wind blowing. It is very challenging for the firefighters. We've had a lot of people here on scene at any one time. It's been very dry, very hot for them. We've managed to find some good welfare for them. So we've had assistance from voluntary agencies such as a number of the Salvation Army and so on have been here helping us to feed and provide us drinking water. But it is very challenging for firefighters to work in the equipment we have to wear, working hard, fighting a fire when the temperatures are as they are.
Great, Andy. Thank you very much. What I would like to say to you, Ian, and obviously all our viewers, is that having spoken to Andy yesterday evening as well, on behalf of the community and all our viewers, thanked him and his team, up to 150 firefighters at any given time, for their efforts.
Yeah.
And his response was, well, that's what we're here for, which I think is a very humble response when you take into account what they've been doing and how long they've been doing it here for.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
That's the situation. I'll give you one last scan around of the devastation. And rather sadly, what I have just seen is, as you've heard, I was given special permission to be here with the fire officer. And I have actually seen some people riding through on bikes, a family, which is a little depressing. You heard the message, stay away. And the message that cannot be overstated is do not have fires and barbecues in the forest. Again, Andy was most generous last night when I spoke to him. He said it started with people's negligence or ignorance. But again, I think most of us would put it a little higher than that.
Yes, fully agree, Mark. It's horrible. It just looks horrible. Stay away from the forest. Let it finish. Let it do its job. Let it regrow. Yeah, absolutely right, Mark. What a great guy that Andy is, eh? And all the people that are
it's absolutely
in it, Mark,
smashing. Yes, I mean everyone I've encountered up here has been helpful, friendly, informative. As you heard from the Forestry Commission gentleman Mark earlier on, and it is heartbreaking when you take into account all the wildlife that is present up here. All the reptiles that are based in the UK live here, Dartford warblers, etc. So it's devastating. But we normally have our reasons to be cheerful. There are some reasons to be cheerful, because I'm told that you'll see some greenery. I hope you can see it down in the distance.
Yeah, we can see
and
a
it
bit.
started coming back already. So there is some optimism. It's going to take years to get back to its previous habitat for these wildlife, but it's starting already, and that is encouraging.
That's very encouraging, Mark. Yeah, I mean, one thing you can't do is you cannot stop nature. You know, you cannot halt nature. It's going to happen regardless of you or not.
Absolutely.
And long may that continue with this particular area. It's awful. But listen, Mark, thank you, my friend. Thanks very much for coming on. Thanks for doing all the bits. Really appreciate it. And thanks for a wonderful report there. I hope your mum's enjoying her sausage rolls.
I'm sure she's devoured her sausage roll and has enjoyed it very much. But it's lovely to speak to you all, and I look forward to speaking to you all and seeing you all again.
Yeah, fantastic, Mark. We appreciate that, matey. Thanks very much indeed. We'll see you soon. Take care.
All the best. Take care now.
Bye-bye
Bye-bye.
now. Well, what can you say? I mean, it is depressing. It's a real... It's horrible looking at that. And I think he's going to kill me when he sees the videos. But, you know, hey. He's a man of many talents. Thank Andy. Yeah, the forestry guy there. Unbelievable the stuff they have to go through. Now, what I wanted to do was just on that, because I wanted to try and get, and we'll try and get it. I was going to see if we could get our wonderful friendly local superhero on, but he has been incredibly busy. So let's just see if he's about, and we'll try and get a local view and a few other bits and bobs as well, as far as that's concerned. Let's just see if he's about. Hello, Liam, are you there? We'll try one more time to see if he's in. He may have been on a job. Liam.
Welcome.
Oh, no, Liam.
The person you are calling is unable to take your call. Please leave your message after the tone.
I would assume then from that he is not about. We will try just one more time because he does have a different angle, and they have been so busy. The fire service had been so busy recently. It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. Hopefully Liam will be joining. Otherwise, he's out on a shout doing his rescue work in all different formats.
Hello.
Liam, you have made it
Hello.
to the show. Thank you, Liam. How are you, my friend?
I'm fine, thank you. Ian, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. We had a little bit of problem with the satellite going over, so we couldn't get hold of you. Liam, listen, nice to talk to you. You have been busy on the fire service. We've had previously Mark Warren on, who was coordinating with the guys for the wildlife, and we've just had a chap on who I cannot remember, and he's going to kill me, who's been coordinating the fire.
It's going to be Andy Elliott.
Andy Elliott, that's the man. But you've been busy. We've all been busy in the Swanage Fire Department. What is going on?
It has been busy. Well, it's pretty dry.
Yeah,
and people are, you know, we're begging people now, as fire service, basically not to have barbecues, bonfires in open spaces, because we've taken, I'm sure Andy Elliott's already said, but the fire risk is a very rare stage where it's extreme, which is the highest it's ever been.
What, ever completely ever, from ever since it started?
Don't quote me on that, but as far as I'm aware, I think it's basically the highest it can be. So we're asking people not to have bonfires and barbecues in open places. And if you're going to have a disposable barbecue, don't put it in the bin when it's still hot.
What was that all about? Today, wasn't it? Was that today?
Well, it's today, yesterday, the day before. Swanage has been out to barbecues, setting fire to bins for the last 3 days. It's just basically carelessness, unfortunately.
It's not carelessness, it's stupidity. No one in their right mind gets a disposable barbecue that they've just used, shove it in a black plastic bag, or even if they haven't just used it, the coals stay hot for ages, and then shove it in a bin.
Yeah.
No.
Obviously a bit of a perfect storm where everyone's sort of been able to come out, and the hot weather. People
I sort of get it.
At times forgotten how they should sort of dispose of things. We're just asking people not to do it. As you've seen with Wareham Forest, the fire service has been stretched as far as it can be in recent times, and we're just asking people to be a bit more vigilant, really, and be a bit more sensible.
It's almost embarrassing, Liam. It's embarrassing that it seems to be, it seems to be just Swanage based. Do you think it's? I mean, it's very hard to speculate, but do you think it's a direct correlation in people coming out to, to being allowed to come out? Is this obviously a direct correlation? It's not local people that are doing this, surely.
We have no idea. We find the bin on fire. So
No? Hello?
I would imagine the people that put it in the bin.
Liam,
Hello?
are you there?
I am here. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh,
Okay, yes,
excellent.
I'm still here. So we don't.
find the bin
We're
on
not
fire,
saying we
so
know who it is at all.
Obviously,
then,
we don't know
basically.
who's put it in. Not at all. We're not going to ever know. And we're not trying to point the fingers
We may have
at anyone in particular. We're just asking everyone
our
to
super
be
fire
vigilant.
hero there for a little bit. What's happening?
Ian.
Liam, I think we must
Hello?
have lost you there, my friend. I'm really sorry. Listen, thanks though. Thank you, Liam. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea, Liam. An obvious safety tip is don't have barbecues, don't have bonfires. Just don't be stupid. Yeah, Liam, we're having a few problems with our sounding now. So I appreciate you coming on, Liam. Thank you so much. And if you're still there... No, you're not there. Liam, we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much for coming on. Wow, Liam there, our super fireman. I mean, it's nuts, isn't it? It's absolutely nuts. Honestly, I can't believe it. But do you know what? We've got a winner! A winner, chicken dinner! Winner, chicken dinner. Let's phone said winner and see who this winner is. Let's see how we do this. We're going to give him a quick call, I think. We have a chap called Aidan. So we've got that. Let's try this. That. Okay, just bear with me, people. We have a winner. I can't believe it. So we're going to give the winner a quick call. And we are going to see... Let's have a chat with him. Let's make sure he got the question right.
Hello.
Hello. Is that our winner chicken dinner? Is that Aidan?
I believe it is, yes. Hello.
Aidan,
how you doing?
hello to you, sir. Congratulations. You are the winner of free money. Well done.
Fantastic.
Well done. Well, Rosemary tells me you're the winner. The name of the home football ground of which the beautiful Swanage play is called...
Days Park.
Correct. Well done. You do win. Fantastic. Well done, Aidan. Thanks for playing and thanks for watching. Listen, stay tuned. Hang up the call. Watch the show. And Nico will be with you very, very soon indeed. You can have a chance of winning a few bits of cash. Well done, Aidan. And thank you very much for playing the game. We greatly appreciate it.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.
Cheers.
What about that? We got a winner. We had a winner. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm happy. Brilliant. Now, what have we got coming up? Because, I tell you what, because there's a lot going on, okay? Now, it's not just a fire service. That is absolutely crazy. It's all emergency services that are being stretched, particularly with everything that we've... that's going on, right? Everything that's going on now in terms of the frontline people, fires every 5 seconds. But it's not just those. It is, in fact, the Coast Guard. So hopefully what we're going to do is we are going to hopefully have join with us Ian Brown from the Coast Guard. Because they've been busy as well. So we'll have a look. We'll see if he's about. Ian, are you there? Ian, hello, sir. How are you?
Julian Brown. I'm sorry I can't take your call at the moment. If you'd like to leave your name and number, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
Yeah.
After you finish your message, just hang up. Or
Yeah,
to hear
thanks,
more
Ian.
options, please press 1.
Yeah, hi Ian. It was Ian from Swanage TV. You're supposed to be on the call. Don't worry. We'll have another go just to see if you're there. It might have been we always have sound and technical issues, don't we? It's not even funny. Let's try it again. One more time, just to see if we can get hold of him. Because like I say, they've been busy. People going crazy. Everywhere's crazy at the moment. Ian, how are you, sir?
Fine, thank you. Sorry. I do apologise.
That's
We're just
okay, Ian.
literally out on patrol at the moment.
You're
How you
literally
doing?
out live on patrol?
We are live on patrol as we speak.
Wow.
We're working with Dorset Fire and Rescue to try and advise people to put barbecues out for those that obviously struggle to read the signs. So
my goodness,
we've spoken to 3 people so far, and we've just asked them to put their barbecues out.
Do you know what, Ian? The irony of that is I don't know if you've been watching the show. We've had the fire service on. We've had local fire service on. We were live at Wareham Forest about the barbecues and everything else and the whole thing. And I still can't believe after the Wareham Forest, people are coming around with portable barbecues. Whereabouts is this, Ian?
So this is down at Studland at Shell Bay at the moment. Obviously, we've got a massive risk for this weekend. We appreciate it. It's been a really difficult time, and people do want to get out and about. But please help us to help our partner agencies by not having any barbecues.
Yeah, absolutely, Ian. I mean, we've had things that... what happened at Dancing Ledge?
So that was a walker. In fairness, she was climbing, or just walking, climbed up out. As she climbed up, she dislocated her shoulder, and obviously did the emergency services. A genuine accident, that one, I have to say.
Okay,
so,
fair enough. They're allowed a couple.
Unlike the ones at Tilly Wim.
I was just coming to that, Ian.
That
Tilly Wim Caves. What happened there? What is going on?
Unfortunately, we what we'd ask people to do is if there is an emergency or they see people where they shouldn't be, they must phone 999, not put it on Facebook, not phone one of us. They must do it properly. We were made aware of it. We did go down, a group of 10, 7 adults, 3 children, climbed over that wall and were below the cliffs. And as you well know, they're very, very dangerous. It was shut in 76 for a reason. And it's not just they thought they'd just be out the way, but putting themselves and us at risk. They were asked to leave and go home. Oh, you still there, or we lost you?
Wow. It beggars belief, though, doesn't it? I mean, how are the kayaks doing? Have you rescued any kayaking people? Yeah, I'm still here, Ian. We are having a little bit of technical difficulty, but just keep going, my friend.
That's fine. Last week we had a family come over from Poole. It was too rough in Poole, so they came to Swanage, and they got swept out on a couple of paddle boards. So again, we just ask people just to keep an eye on the weather, just keep within the limits of what their activity is that they're doing. And that way we can all stay safe. We're still in technically the lockdown, although things are starting to be released. It's just putting us under a great deal of pressure. We have to obviously now follow new guidelines for COVID, and it just makes it all difficult for us all.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I mean, the job is, like you say, the job is difficult enough without it being ruined by the people that are ruining it for everyone. It's not fair at the moment. I know everything's tetchy, and like you say, people want to come down, they want to get out, they've been locked up, but you can't do it if you're not going to do it right, okay? You just can't do it if you're not going to do it right. So yeah, I mean, it's a good thing, Ian, you know. Yeah, good stuff, Ian. But you're out on patrol now, Ian. Whereabouts You're out at Studland at the moment. Is there anything else you can see?
No, we've just done literally a trip down Studland Beach just to check everything is okay.
We're having a little bit of an issue there, Ian, I'm afraid. I think you must have gone round Old Harry and we can't get you now. But listen, Ian, thank you again for coming on.
No worries.
I really appreciate it, Ian. Yeah, we've got a bit of a problem with the sound there. What a fantastic fella, Ian, for coming on. Wow, I mean, crikey. It's everywhere. Fires, Coast Guard, lifeboats. It's like a disaster film that's happened. Pay attention, people. Pay attention. Okay. Now, we're going to have, I think, a change of scenery now. A change of pace. And I am hoping, I'm not sure how we're going to be able to do this, to be totally honest with you. We've got to try. It's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a shame because we're going to go to Gary, our fantastic, intrepid studio chap. He is obviously genuinely brilliant at cooking. Okay, so we are trying to get hold of Gary. But, Gary, can you hear me?
I'm almost on it. Hang on. I'm almost on it.
Yeah,
it's quite bright. Right, can you see me? Sorry.
Yeah, I can see you.
Right now. It's getting blind in here. I'm actually outside of Rainbow Kebab. Can you hear me, yeah?
Gary, we can hear you. Hold on a moment. You're just coming through. There you are, my friend. Hold on a moment. Woo! Hold on, bear with me a second, Gary. Bear with me a second, my friend. There you are. We've got you. Hello. How are you?
Yours
Gary,
is.
Sorry. Hello, mate. How are you? We had a bit of a technical issue there. How are things?
Oh, good. Oh, good. I returned back to my normal job on Monday, actually, this week, because 100,000 letters were actually wrongly sent out to from the NHS. So I've had the all go from my bosses to come back to work.
Oh, that's a bit of good news, though, Gary, isn't it? Fantastic, surely.
So I'm 40 days off of work, so 45 days off of work, but I'm allowed to return halfway through, so that's good.
Wow, Gary, that's a long time, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it has been, yeah, but it's been beautiful weather all the way. I'm actually, let's get on with this then, because I've only got a little...
Go straight for it, Gary, don't muck about. What are you doing?
You only give them my 10 minutes.
Gary, let me set the scene. Let me set the scene, Gary, right? Because
the scene.
If you go out in Swanage, on a night out, and you've had a good couple of beers, and then you go to the club, and then you come out, and you can barely see the one thing you need. What is it, Gary? It's food. And what do you have? It's a great, biggest, fattest kebab you can find, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm outside of Rainbow Kebab in Swanage.
Okay.
They've been established for a long, long time now. Over 20 years, I believe. So we're going to come in here now. And I'm just going to turn they're watching Swanage TV for some reason.
Friends of the show.
So we've got the guy who runs the shop is Sinan. This is Sinan, if you can get in there, yeah.
Hello.
Hello. And how long have you been running this shop?
Since 2008.
2008. A few years, yeah. And you're part of the Tamel family, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so it was his uncle that established the place over 20 years ago. And so you just missed a rush, actually, Ian, up in here, and they've been flying through here like deliveries, unbelievable. But,
that's what you want, though, Gary. How have they coped during the lockdown? Because they've only just hello.
She's not supposed to be in here.
Do you know who that is?
No, I've got no idea. Just a randomer.
I know who it is, Gary. I know who it is.
Oh, you do know? That's your
And I have
daughter.
no idea what she's at. It's my eldest daughter. It's my eldest daughter. Hopefully
It
she's
is.
getting a kebab.
It is. She's in my
I'm
van out
sorry,
there.
ladies
Actually.
and gentlemen. I mean, when I saw, what's she doing there? Anyway, there she is. I have no idea what she's doing there. She's obviously, she obviously come and say hello, Gary. But listen, Gary, tell me, how have they been coping? Like I said, you did a little bit of work with them for delivering up to the hospital and things.
Yeah, you did a bit of well, you gave a load of food away, didn't you, to the hospitals?
Yeah, we've done 240 meals in total to Pull Hospital and Swanage Hospital a few weeks ago. Over 3 days, we done it on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And thanks for helping with that. Anyway,
yeah, it was all good.
Yeah, he did very well, Gary, for doing that. Your humanitarian brownie points are going through the roof. You're doing good, mate.
There's a lot of food coming out of here that day, or the 3 days actually. Yeah, but if I'm trying to think, how has this COVID lockdown affected your business?
I mean, we were shut to start with for 4 weeks. Now we only been open 5 weeks now. It's nothing special. Paying the wages, that's all about it, really.
Just keep your head above water.
Yeah. Used to be only us doing deliveries in town. Now about 30 people from the Swanage and from out the town, they're doing deliveries. Is it?
So everyone wants a piece of the action, obviously, because no one's going to survive otherwise. If you're shut for a long period of time, you got nothing, have you?
No, it's hard, Gary. I mean, we've spoken about grants and government help, and I'm sure the gentleman there has had his grant. But what people aren't realising is you're closed for 3 months in the busiest time where you're making all of your money. Nobody makes any money in the winter here, right? So
Exactly.
you do have you make the money at this time, particularly with the weather that's been going on. So you make your money here, and it lasts you through the winter. When you don't have this time to make your money, it doesn't matter how much you've got because you don't have enough to go through forward. So opening up everywhere, it needs to be done quick, and it needs to be done, as quickly as possible so that the businesses like the kebab shop, like all the other businesses, can stay open. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, you've got people are slowly coming out of their little holes and moving around a bit more like they've been allowed to, and which has put more people on the streets. And I see there's a few takeaway places open for alcohol, which is good.
Yeah, I had a thought, Gary. I was thinking about, the forest fires and everything else and the barbecues. I'm wondering if the lockdown wasn't so, say, strict, for example, those people may not be going out. They may be in the pub. They may be going in the pubs or having dinner out or something else, mightn't they? Rather than saying, do you know what, we're locked down, let's go out and have an adventure. So, maybe that's a double-edged sword. I'm not sure.
With no pubs open, it's going to affect you drastically, isn't it? Because
yeah, of course. We get most of our trade from the pub.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pubs and club.
Pubs and club. And what they're saying now is clubs might be not open in another 12 months till waxing in place.
Really?
And
wow.
Yeah, hopefully mid-July pubs are open again, so we start getting back to normal.
I think when he says getting back to normal there, Gary, I don't think it's ever going to be normal. It's never going to be normal again. But we have to think about the fact we got to open as best we can to make some money because, if we're open in July and we're open in August, millions of people are going to come down. They're not going to muck about. They're coming down. So we've got to have a process where we can serve them all is my thing, I
mean, it's going to be a slow progression anyway, isn't it? With releasing people from the lockdown anyway, isn't it? Getting people back to work.
Of course, people are scared.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to take a bit of time for things to get back to normal.
Yeah.
Maybe not till next Easter.
1 year, yeah.
Yeah.
To get back to...
I mean, that's a long time,
reality
reality
of good wages, yeah.
I mean...
Now we've got basically 2 winter back-to-back because we're only going to get a few weeks trade from the summer this year.
Yeah.
And no carnival. It's going
totally agree.
Already affect a lot of businesses in town.
Yeah, I mean, Gary, I have to say I can't disagree. It's almost a case of, listen, if the town's going to open, surely we can have the carnival back. It's not going to be the same. We could put social distancing measures in, or we're never going to be able to do that because there's so many people.
Carnival brought in a lot of business, didn't it?
Yeah, it brings a lot of people, thousands of people, and obviously now the hotels needs to open back as well. You know, I said pub earlier, but
and caravan parks,
yeah,
all of it.
Yeah, we need the hotels open.
Interesting. Yeah, Gary, absolutely fantastic, my friend.
But unfortunately, I was going to do a little bit of cooking, but unfortunately, we are chocker here. The phone orders keep coming in, and I was going to get round that side and do the grill and stuff, you know.
Oh,
but
that would have been fantastic, Gary. We'll have to
do a little bit of chefing.
Housewife's favourite, Egon Rone.
So thank you very much, Sinan.
Thank you very much, Gary.
And it's back to the studio with that. Thank
Gary,
you, Ian.
Thank you very much, my friend. It's been fantastic to see you again.
One more thing. Can I just say, get well soon to one of our regular viewers, Amanda Mason. She recently had a road traffic accident, and she was laid up in hospital for a little bit. She's back at home now. And, get well very soon, Mandy. Thank you.
Wow, Amanda Mason. Yeah, get ready. She's always in the chat groups as well, isn't she? Good. God bless her. Yeah, get well soon, Amanda Mason. Listen, Gary, thanks again, mate. We'll see you again soon. Keep up the good work. And thanks very much, buddy.
Take care, mate. Bye-bye.
Thanks very much, Gary. Bye-bye. Wow. Well. Nice to see Gary out and about, wasn't it? Do you know what? Do you know where we are now? Winner. Chicken dinner. Nico! Hello, Nico! How are you?
I'm here, Ian. I'm at our lucky winner's house.
Winner, chicken dinner. There he is. I can see him. Who have we got,
Aidan is behind me. This is Aidan Wright. He lives in Swanage, don't you, Aidan?
Yes, I do. Hello. Good evening, viewers.
Now, Aidan was on. He's great.
That was
He's
very
from Dorset.
Ernie, fastest milkman in the West-esque, wasn't it?
It was. Now, Aidan is going to let us know whether he would like envelope number A, B, or C.
A, please.
He's going for envelope A, Ian.
A, B, or C's gone for
which
A.
I'm going to fix it to my trusty cane of cash. And I'm going to... Let's have a look, Ian. Hang on a minute.
Come on,
Aidan, are you ready? It's coming.
All right, it's real. It's all right.
It's real money. Aidan's gonna. He's gonna. He's won a massive fiver. Aidan, give us the cane of cash dance.
He got the fiver, and he done the cane of cash dance. Oh, well done.
Winner number 3, Ian.
Nico, ask him to choose another one. We don't give our people fivers. Ask him to choose another one.
You having a laugh? Ian says a fiver's no good, Aidan. He says you need to choose another envelope.
Go on.
Envelope B, please.
Envelope B for Aidan. I am getting my cane ready, Ian. This is no. You can keep that, Aidan. You can keep the envelope. You can keep the fiver. I'm struggling with my cane of cash, Ian.
Right. Nico, I just figured that fiver, that's not going to get him much. Let's give him some more. Let's make it a good day for him.
We are swinging back round to Aidan. Has he won the £50,000 top prize,
Has he
Ian?
won the £50,000? Drum roll, please.
It is £10.
£10. Bit more dancing, Aidan.
Bit more dancing.
The last two being the same person. Yay!
Oh, Nico, brilliant. Fantastic. Well done, winner. Nico, thank you. Well done. Good job. Good job indeed. And thank you ever so much again for today. Good job. I'll see you on the next one, Nico. Thank you very much indeed, my darling.
See ya.
You take care. Bye-bye now. And bye-bye our winner. Bye-bye our winner. Well done. Well, that's it. Coming to the end of the show. Thanks very much for joining us. Thank you to Rosemary. Wasn't she brilliant? Stunner. Love her. Rosemary, thanks very much. Thanks very much to Ian on the Coast Guard, Liam, the Fire Brigade, Adrian, I think, the guy... the fire guy, sorry, terrible names. Our winner there, who was Aidan, Nico, Mark, and Gary. And thanks very much to sign in as well. Pay attention, everyone. Don't do barbecue stuff. Don't do silly stuff. The world's reopening. We are lucky to live in such a beautiful place. Don't be stupid with it. We'll see you next time. Thanks very much for joining us. Bye-bye.